Hello, hello, hello. Tabitha Stitt here, the self-help psychic. Um, don't mind my background. I am actually shifting through my current office, and in order for my brain to work, I need to get rid of things. Which is ironic because even though it's messy right now, I'm going to proceed forward because sometimes it just needs to happen that way. When you're in the moment, you feel intuitively guided to do the thing. So I'm going to light some Palo Santo. I had some frankincense lit earlier with some myrrh to set the stage for spiritual connection. You don't have to do that, of course. All right, so I am going to start calling these little sessions, at least this particular kind, Tune In with Tabitha. So let's tune in. You don't need to have anything special. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to ask to connect with spirit. I'm going to turn off my lovely phone or turn it down so it's not dinging away. Ooh, my ear is ringing, so we're on the right track. Spirit's telling me this is the right thing to do. So I say spirit. To you, that can mean God, consciousness, your higher self, your angels, everything, love, energy, goddess. You can even think of an individual loved one that you would like to connect with. My ear is ringing again. So confirmation, right? And so sometimes our ears ring and we think that there's something wrong. My understanding is that spirit is trying to connect with you, or it is confirmation or validation that you are on the right track, that you are not alone. So you will witness me closing my eyes. You can speed up this video, you can slow it down, you can jump around. Jump up and get down. That's what that made me think of. Okay. This is very good. So I do believe one of my little varmints is in here. I can feel the presence of a little kitty cat. So if you hear some meows, that's part of the experience. So what I'm going to do, my intention is to provide healing in all ways, right? And so I'm a Reiki practitioner, but it's beyond Reiki, or it is another form of Reiki. It is energy, it's healing, it's love. So as these messages are going through to you, through this virtual reality, this energy, you will hear my words, which are guided from spirit. You'll notice that I'm just getting settled in. I feel my energy immediately shifting. I'm still aware of the sounds in the backgrounds, the cars driving by, the rainy day, the clouds drifting, fog. So this little episode, these messages, the first thing that's coming to me is speaking of animals and little varmints. I'm actually remembering and bringing through my own little girl. Her name is Zenith, and makes me want to cry immediately, actually. I haven't, I think about her often, but I haven't really felt her in a long time, and I feel like I feel like her head is on my lap, and her tail is just, kicking up the dust that's on the floor, because we have wooden floors. And as the dust settles, right, the dust settles, it happens to the best of us. And so your little varmints are with you too. They're with you too. Your little angels, your little fluffy friends, your fuzzy friends, your puffy friends are with you. Even the ones that don't have fur, I'm wanting to say as well, those little sizzling ones as well. Thinking of like little varmints that aren't as furry, but they share their love. It's part of Mother Nature, so they're with you too. And they're offering their love. And as I do this, I'm wanting to connect even deeper into Mother Nature, right? So we think of Mother Nature, and I'm wanting to say nature's bosom for some reason. So the breast of nature, the providing of nature, the nurturance of Mother Nature. Mother Nature's asking you to have this reverence for her, to have this respect. You can call it her, it, whatever resonates. Mother Nature, the earth that we reside on as humans. So Spirit is encouraging you or inviting you to see life differently with this reverence for the land that you live on. Now, you may be in the city, you may be in the country, you may be somewhere in between, you might be off the map, and yet you still have this compass within you. You still have this compass within you. So Spirit is encouraging you to access this compass as you go through life. This compass is not something external. Sure, you might have an actual physical compass, but we're speaking of the internal compass that guides you on this earthly plane, that guides you. You know you're being guided by your intuition, and yet you've stumbled across this video. This is all for the best. This is good. This is good. This is good. So Spirit's encouraging you to focus in on your internal compass. That is your intuition. That is your intuition. That is your self outside of yourself. So we have a self as a human with this body, this dense body. And then we have a self that is beyond our physical bodies. You can see this as your higher self if you'd like, or your angels as well. They're two different things, but essentially you're being guided by yourself. That's what your intuition is all about. So Spirit's encouraging you to look at life by encouraging yourself, by being yourself, by listening to your inner motives, your inner desires. Now, we're not speaking of temptations or sins or anything of the such. When I say inner desires, I'm talking about your dreams, your aspirations, your fluffiness, your happiness, the happiness that your animals or your little varmints bring you. That's the inner desire that I'm referring to, that Spirit is referring to. When you think of your desires, when you think of your aspirations, the joy that your little varmints bring you, your little creatures, even if these are just children, whether yours or someone else's, or the thing that brings you joy. Think about that as you tap into your intuition, as you're being guided on your journey through this life. That's how you know you're on the right track. Now, this isn't to say that uncomfortable feelings aren't going to surface, because they're essential as well. We don't want to ignore the uncomfortable feelings, because that is part of the healing process. That is part of being human. But when it comes to your dreams and your aspirations, Spirit is encouraging you to think about the feelings that your loved ones, your fluffy friends, bring you. So you can think of this as the love that they share and what that type of love brings for you. So think of it that way, right? And so that's also how you know that you're on the right track, is the thing that brings you joy. So Spirit's wanting you to focus on that as you tap into your intuition, as you tune into your intuition. That's the important part, because we get distracted. There's so much noise, there's so many things, and there's lots of propaganda out there I don't think I've ever used that word. Maybe twice in my life. I have thought about it in my mind, but I don't know if I've ever spoken of it. At least very few times. Propaganda is the feed that shows up on your social media and on the TV and the radio and the billboards. This is symbolic for others trying to convince you of something. Now, in a way, I guess I'm trying to convince you of something, but it is self-help, it's self-development, and to each their own. We all have to have the discernment of what is right for us, but being aware of something outside of you trying to convince you to go a certain way that is not aligned with your intuition. So when something feels a bit off, or you feel like you're kind of going down a deep, dark rabbit hole, it's not a very fun rabbit hole. Or it could even be fun. That could be part of the propaganda as well. But listening to your own inner guidance at the end of the day, right? And so you can receive guidance from other people, but does it align with you? Does it feel right? Does it feel good? And sometimes it might not feel good. It might not feel so positive, but it will align with you. And that's the intuition. That's the higher self that Spirit's encouraging you to start to pay attention to and let go of the things that are distracting you from your core, your beautiful nature of here in this body as a human being. You are a soul beyond this body. Your soul is housed in and around the physical body, and it's also beyond that as well. So as your body begins to deteriorate from the aging process or from other processes in the physical reality, your soul will continue to move forward. It will continue to move on. And that's the aspect that Spirit's encouraging you to continue paying attention to. Okay? So that's what you may understand as the self with a capital S, with the higher self, with the aspect of you, your intuition with a capital I as well. Your ability to access this is yours at will. But removing or stopping or silencing the distractions is necessary. You have to choose to connect with yourself. You have to choose to connect with your higher self in order to feel most aligned. In order to do this, you are doing it right now. You are receiving these messages, you are receiving this healing, you are receiving this connection from God, from Source, from the universe, from Spirit, from all intelligence. So you are doing it now, but you can also do this on your own time by yourself or with a group. Meditation, sitting in the power. That's how you will feel the resemblance of who you are. That's how you'll recognize the embracing of the mind, the all. That is your encouragement for now. Continue to listen to this on repeat as you see fit. Share this with others so this universal love can be spread. Because that's what this is all about. Experiencing the life as a human in this world as it is. And embracing the soul. Recognizing the soul is the connection. It is who you are at the very end of the day. And remember the joy it feels, what it feels like to be a part of the things that you love the most, the things that are unconditional, that are surpassing any type of time restraint and restriction, which is energy. And over the rainbow bridge, or for those that are pets and animals and creatures. They're with you now, in all ways for the highest good. I'm back. Kind of. I always get worried that I'm going to come back and something's not going to be working, but I trust the process. I trust. So thank you for watching and listening and tapping in and tuning in with me, Tabitha Stitt, the Self-Help Psychic. Please share this, like this, subscribe, all the good human aspects of the social world. As we share this out, we will continue to recognize who we truly are, who you truly are. Thank you for being here with me, and I will continue to post more and more videos. And so it is. Until next time.